So Billy wants to see a crappy car. Well, if you don't know what a radiator looks like, that's it. This is my truck. The grill was destroyed by a deer about 2 or 3 years ago. All of these little, well, some of that's bird shit, but a lot of these little marks are holes in the paint from rocks and shit on the highway. This dent, I hit a I-beam in a parking garage and literally shoved the bumper all the way back, and it folded this up. Well, when they rebuilt it, I mean, you can see Bondo here. When they rebuilt it, they just Bondoed it and kind of bent it back, and the panel was cheap, and they did a shitty job on the paint job, so all this paint's just coming off in scores. Over here, I don't know how well y'all can see it, but the clear coat in several places is starting to come off. I mean, it's just like fingernail polish now. It's real thin. My old wagon wheels, I've got my factory wheels are back in the back, but through an interesting turn of events, those are the ones that wound up with normal tires on them. My factory wheels now have normal tires on them as well, but that wasn't always the case. Here's some more clear coat. This is actually an interesting story. This whole mark right here, right after I got this thing, I went to the drag strip, and I was accustomed to driving an old Jeep Cherokee. You can see some more. Most of that's just dirt from driving in the rain. But I was accustomed to driving this Cherokee, well, which is a lot narrower than this truck is. And when I pulled into the drag strip, I hit a oh, what is it? There's like a shelf sticking out the side of one of the buildings that we had to pull up to, and the passenger had to talk to somebody, and I hit the damn thing, and it just went straight down the side. So this white mark has been there forever. It is a combination of white paint and missing paint. Well, my father, in his infinite wisdom, decided the best way to get the white paint off my truck was to pour paint thinner on my door and scrub. I'll let you do the math. You can see there's some more clear coat. This stuff it's just a sticker that they put on instead of the clear coat to make it black, to make it match the rear window. It's starting to come off. My Hawaiian stickers are starting to beat up. Went to Hawaii back in 01, maybe 02, I don't remember. I've got one on each side, my SWT sticker, of course. Route 66 from when Jasper and I drove the route a few years ago. The bed is full of random crap from cleaning out the backyard. This is actually the grill support. I should probably fix the grill support sometime soon. You got my oil pan, which has been back there for ages. Let's see. Oh yeah, one of my bumper accents fell off. There's not one there, and there should be, like that. This was caused when I backed into a street sign on accident. Got a big ass antenna on it just in case. I'd actually intended to hook that up to my stereo so I could get Houston stations, which I enjoy, from like 900 miles away, but never did. More paint missing. If you look on the inside of the bed, which you probably can't see like right here, all along the inside of the bed rails, the paint's been rubbed off and it's actually starting to rust a little. I used to have these caps that went over the top of the rail. There was one here. So what this is the old tape from them, and they lasted about 5 years, and then the tape wore out, and they one at a time blew off. You can see there's holes in a couple of spaces where I drill a hole, and there's 2 of them over there, and there's one back there where I tried to I basically screwed those caps down, and that held for a while. Now, I used to use this truck to haul bottles, oxygen and acetylene bottles for my shop class, and you can't really see it, but the wheel wells here and on the other side are completely fucked. And you see my hand will actually go up inside the damn thing. In one of them, the gap, I think it's on the other side, the gap in between the wheel well and the bed is big enough to fit your hand through. Like, you can reach down and grab their axle. Now back here, you see this discoloration. I had a trash bag full of clothes back here, and flicked the cigarette out the window, and it hit the trash bag, got stuck, caught on fire, and my entire wardrobe and my truck went up in flames going down the highway. That was exciting. I was pissed. And you can see here, somebody had tried to get something around the window one day, and then on the other side, which I forgot to show you, there's a big dent right here where they thought you could get into the door there, which you can't. Oddly enough, this thing's really easy to break into. On the inside, as I believe Billy was saying, you can usually find enough food to survive. Well, I wouldn't eat anything off the floor of this bitch, but I took the back seat out, and there used to be a speaker box back there. Of course, there's the amp. Now I've got about 3/4 of an Xbox 360, a boot, some jumper cables, and a pillow, my CD case. Underneath the seats, oh, I found this the other day while I was cleaning out. It's an ICP CD. I haven't listened to them in a decade. I didn't even know I had that. Underneath the seats is enough dust and goo that if you had the balls to eat it, it probably wouldn't kill you. But I'm not gonna find out. To evidence how many miles and how much I drive this thing, see this ridge right here is actually part of the spring in the seat. That's, you know, perfectly conformed to my ass. It's actually pretty clean today because I just got done cleaning it out, basically. And on the roof, you can see there's more clear coat missing. And you think it's pretty beat up. It is a 2000. It is, in 2 weeks, it will be 10 years old. And, let's see, I don't even know how many miles are on it. How about 218,000 miles and change in 10 years. This truck has seen both coasts of the US. It's been to almost every state. I drove it from here to Seattle and back, 2 different routes, twice. And I've driven it to Tennessee, I think twice. It's been to Georgia a couple of times. The first year we went to Tennessee, I went into New Orleans and then up to Tennessee and then down to like Charleston and then all the way back to here. So the only place this thing hasn't been is the Canadian border outside of Washington State, because it's actually been to the Canadian border. It's just been a while. And the Northeast. Now it does have an interesting little quirk. It doesn't always like to idle, so let's see if it'll play nice. Yeah, it's going to. Hear that nice little chirp? It's been doing that for 4 years, ever since I put this clutch in it. One of the throwout bearings is goofy and it likes to squeal. You put just a little bit of pressure on the clutch and it goes away. It's really freaking annoying. I used to take really good care of this thing, and then about 2004, 2005, it started looking kind of ratty no matter what I did. It's like I'd wash it every week and it still looked like shit just because it was getting old. It's really hard to keep a 10, 12, 15-year-old car looking decent without repainting it every now and then, and this is the original paint job. So eventually I just gave up. Like, fuck it, I'll wash it at the beginning of the summer. That's it. Maybe once in the middle. Other than that, I mean, it's got where I used to keep my cigarette lighter. This sticker has been in here since like 2006, maybe earlier. I don't really know. The window handle is in the map pocket. Both of them just come off. It's been that way for years. You slam the door hard enough and it'll fall off. But yeah, that's my crappy car.